Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how I created this anime style chalkboard writing effect in Blender. All the project files are available on Patreon. If you use the code anime, you'll get 20% off your first month, plus early access to new videos, tools and more. Your support helps keep the channel going and allows me to create even more content like this. This whole idea started while I was scrolling through Pinterest. I often browse there for reference images and inspiration, and I also pick some of those images for our weekly Discord challenges. That's where I came across this chalkboard reference that really reminded me of something you would see in a Makoto Shinkai movie. There was one issue with the reference. It had those beautiful Japanese style classroom writings, but I couldn't recreate them by hand with the same charm and feeling. So I needed help from AI. So today I'm going to use ChatGPT for the first time. I dropped the image into ChatGPT using the image input tool and asked it to generate similar chalk style writing. The result, it nailed it. The generated image looked great, but it was in color and didn't include an alpha channel. To fix that, I moved it into Photoshop and turned it into a black and white mask. It was a quick process. I applied a black and white adjustment layer to strip the colors, then used the level adjustment to push contrast, deep blacks and pure whites. Followed that with a curve adjustment layer to bring out more texture and chalk details. Finally, I cleaned up any leftover highlights using the brush tool. This gave me a clean black and white alpha texture that I could bring into Blender and use as a mask on a plane with a chalky shader. By the way, I shared the entire process including the prompts and textures with the Discord community. If you're interested in joining, jump into our weekly challenges to practice, improve, or just hang out and ask questions. We need to animate the mask itself. This way, it becomes an animated mask that can drive another shader inside Blender. So first I'm going to start by creating a new comp, and it's going to be a vertical aspect ratio. So let's go with 1080 by 1920. For the frame rates I'm going to use 24, and for the duration I have plenty room, so I'm going to use 50 seconds and hit OK. Background color, make sure it is black and OK. We can change it by adding solid color, but just make it easier for us. And right now I'm just going to drag and drop my mask. So I'm going to animate this one. So let's drag it and drop it right here. Like this. Perfect. Deselect it for now. Basically, you need to know the order of how the characters are going to be written. So for me, it is like this. Okay, let's increase the size of this. We need to start by masking this one, and then this one, and then let's see this one. Okay, and doing the same with the other ones, like this, and then like this, and this one like this and like this. Okay, this is the order. So basically in this tutorial we are just going to focus on one character, and I will leave the other ones for you to do that. Okay, so yeah, let's expand the window again, and we are going to use shapes to drive the alpha. So let's deselect everything here in the scene or the composition and just go to the pen tool and select it. And we need only stroke, we don't need fill, so use stroke and use any color except for white. For now, you can use white, maybe, I don't know. So it's safe to use darker value. Okay, for the width we can increase it or decrease it later. And let's start by drawing. I'm just going to leave some space
and then draw like this. Okay, perfect. Now we want to add like some texture to the edges, like this one, so it have some irregularities and some noise in it. So I want to do the same. So I have a cool effect here in After Effects called Roughen Edges. So let's drag it and drop it over my shape layer. And by default, it's too big. So let's scale it down by just moving, oh, sorry. By just moving the scale value really down. Okay, like this value 15 maybe. But still we have this softness around the edges, so we need to increase the edge sharpness all the way up. So it is sharp, like this, perfecto. But it still doesn't have that many of details, so we need to increase the complexity. It's basically a detail value or roughness value. Okay, yep, like this. So it's all the way up, and it is pretty detailed. And we can increase the width or decrease the width, it doesn't matter at this point. Maybe this one. We can leave some room for the other shapes, so I don't want it to be like this over width, like this. Just small and big enough. Now how I want it to be clipped masked to the other one, or to affect the alpha of this image. Basically just use mattes. If you don't see them, just toggle the switches until you see them. And I'm going to drive the alpha using an alpha matte from the shape layer 1. So it is going to be named. So you don't want it to be under, you want it to be over, on top of the image. So it's going to detect it automatically. So alpha matte it like this, and it's working by default. But still we haven't got the animation, so we need to animate this shape layer. And it is so easy to do. So just expand this arrow and just go to the content and add a trim path like this, and open it like this, and it's either animating the end or the start. Okay, it's up to you, but I'm going to do the end. For frame 0, I'm going to do an end of a 0, and for maybe 1 second, so let's do 1 second, and here 0 0 like this. We want an end of 100 like that, so it's going to show, to reveal, so it is revealing like this. So it's working, okay. And for the for the duration of that animation, you can use your hand as a reference. So draw over a board or something, so you can calculate how much time it's taking to draw a single line. Okay, so basically it is taking me 1 second almost. Okay, so perfect. Now we need to do the same thing for the other shapes. So Control D to duplicate these 2 layers. And for the other ones, I'm going to select them and give them a color like red. Okay, and these ones, now I don't need to create a new shape. I just going to delete the content, shape 1, delete it. And while selecting this one, make sure to enable it, and just go to pen tool and remove the alpha matte for now, and we need to draw over this one, and it's going to take the same settings like this. So perfect. This width is perfect, and yeah, just matter of alpha matte it again. Perfect. And if you notice, they are animated in the same time, so we need to offset the keyframes a little bit. So select this one, hold Control and select the other shape, click Q to see all the keyframes, and just select these 2 keyframes and offset them a little bit, and leave an empty space between each animation, so the hand will move from a spline to another spline. So yeah, you have some room for the hand to move like this. But later on in Blender, you can see if you need more room or you don't need, maybe you can go back to After Effects and edit the animation again and import it again to Blender. So yeah, it's pretty easy. When you have all the keyframes set, you can just move them. So yeah, you can make it faster or slower, whatever. So right now we have plenty room for the hand to move. So yeah, to 2 seconds. Yeah, perfecto. Now we need to do the same. Select these, Control D. Select these and give them a color, maybe yellow, so we can separate them. And collapse this one. Select this one and just go to the content, shape, and delete that. I'm going to fast forward this because it's boring. Okay, so we're done. Okay, it was pretty easy. I was going to select all of these and expand or collapse, sorry. Okay, let's see now the animation. So we have plenty room for the hand to move. Okay, perfect. Now I did one character, so you need to replicate the same thing for the other characters. So what you have, it was the hardest one to do. Actually, these ones is just pretty easy to do. This one, for this one, you can do one shape to affect them both. Okay, I'm just going to show you really fast. I'm just going to fast forward this. Select these, give them another color. So like this, perfect. This one, let's open the content, remove the shape. I'm just going to show you really fast how to do that. So for this one, it's pretty easy. Just draw like this. You can like click and hold so you can make it busier, like this, like that, like that, and like that. Perfect. Click Q so you can move this. Sorry, move the keyframes like this. Okay, perfecto. And effect alpha. So you can see, so it's showing. If it's too fast for you, just move this like that. Okay, so, and you have plenty room for the other one to draw. So it's pretty easy to do. If you know how to work with it, it's pretty easy. Okay, so I'm just going to delete this one because I don't need it. Perfect. And I'm just going to drag and drop this image in the background so we can see the other ones, but still we want to mask out this one. So to do so, I'm just going to mask everything unless the word that we have animated, and just go over the screen like this. Make sure while selecting this, you are drawing the mask, and you can see it right now. Open the masks. So this is before, this is after. Okay, so you can see it is animated. I can see some weird glitches right here. We can go back to this one and just adjust the width a little bit. Okay, but it is working perfect. So you can see like it is working like charcoal. It's a pretty cool effect. Nice, nice, nice. So the animation end at 7 seconds. So let's go to composition, comp settings, and for the duration, I'm just going to go with 7 seconds. And let's see again if it ends. Yeah, it is end at 7 seconds. Perfect. Now to render this faster, you might need to use media encoder for this one, but you can use After Effects, but it's going to render on your CPU. My CPU, again, I'm going to say it, if there is a company that manufactures the PCs or something and want to sponsor us with a PC. I don't need money, I need a PC for that. But my CPU is too slow and can't render these. It will take ages to render. So I'm going to use my NVIDIA GPU. It is faster than this. By the way, it is the 1650 Super. It's slower, older, but it's faster than my CPU. So yeah, so I'm using it for rendering things like this. But in Blender, I'm using the CPU because I'm using EV. It's a whole thing. Anyways, let's go to the file and go with export and add to Adobe Media Encoder. And it will open like this, so it is working. Okay, first for the format, I'm going to use GPG because I want it just black and white. I don't want it with alpha, so just GPG. It is faster to load also, so hit OK. And for the output, I'm just going to move it from the temporarily file into my ChatGPT images like this. You can name it whatever. I'm just going to mask animation, and it will add 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, etc, etc. Okay, it is ready right now to just click render. And here we are in Blender. By the way, guys, you'll find a link in the description to download this starter file. And I don't know what's happening. I recorded this part many times. I don't know. I might lose my way of talking, maybe. I don't know. But anyways, let's continue. It contains all the meshes that you might need, the hand rig, everything, cameras, multiple cameras actually, so you can do multiple shots, and the main light that we are going to use. So yeah, that's it. So basically, I'm just going to give you an initial idea of what we are going to do basically. First, we are going to shade the board with a custom shader that I'm going to show you, and also a basic shading for the hand, and also basic shading for the shark itself. Okay, so let's go back to the camera view. I want you guys to imagine that we have 3 sections here in the camera view. We have foreground, middle ground, and background. So we need to put something in here, and also here, and also here. So what we are going to do, basically, we already generated 2 images, one animated with After Effects and one is a still image. So for the still image, I'm just going to use part of it as a foreground and the other part as a background. Okay, so it's filling up these areas, these empty areas. I want the scene to feel, but at the same time not dragging much attention. So I want all the attention to be in the middle ground, because in here I want to put that animation that we have created with After Effects. These are masks. That's why I used it as black and white, or I exported it as black and white to drive another texture. Okay, so let's do that. Enough talking. It's too much of talking. So yeah, let's expand this window, and by the way here, let's enable the material preview so you can see what we are doing, and turn off the overlays so it's better to see. Okay, that's so super clean. And select the board, make sure you are selecting the board. Okay, it's selected, and let's add new material. This material, I'm going to call it board material. Yep, like this. Perfect. Now what I want to do, I want to affect the normals of this plane or this board. Okay, I'm going to affect these normals, so it's going to interact with the lights in another way, another cool way that you are going to see. It's basically what sells the effect a lot. Okay, this shader that we are going to create is pretty simple, pretty efficient, so it's not take a lot of your resources. So make sure that you to use this. Okay, anyways, I'm just going to start by adding a Voronoi, and I'm going to switch it to smooth F1, and I'm going to use its position because it's a vector data, so I can connect it to the normal. So normal vector, and position is a vector. Color also is a vector. Okay, you can use either color or position, it depends on your artistic choice. Okay, so I'm going to choose position and plug it straight away and see what we are going to see. Okay, it's pretty distorted, so probably this is not what we are going to use. Let's unplug it for now, and let's add something to drive this vector of this texture. So I'm going to use geometry. This geometry node has some cool features like position, normal, tangent, true normal, incoming, and other ones like back facing that we are going to use to isolate this part and this part, so we can put multiple there. Anyways, I'm going to use now either normal or true normal. basically they are the same. There is just a subtle difference between them. I'm not an, you know, like a technical artist or something like this to explain to you what is this, but it is what it is. I'm just going to use normal as a vector. And in here, I want to distort this normal a little bit by mixing it, color it with a noise texture, our old friend, a cool friend actually, the noise texture. I'm just going to use the color because it's also a vector, let's say. And instead of mix, I'm going to use linear light because yeah, it is what it is. And I'm going to add texture coordinate and mapping nodes. And in here, I'm going to use object coordinate. Why I'm going to use that? Because by default, is stretched. I want it to fit in that board. So let's use the object coordinate, and that fixed it. Okay, perfecto. And for the value, I don't want it to be too much. So let's see the result. It's already looking good. I want it to be just a subtle amount, so it's not too much. So yeah, just like 0.2 would do the job. Okay. And finally, I'm going to add another mix color, but this time sets to mix. So I'm going to mix between these coordinates that we have created and the normal, the original normal. Okay. So you can flip these if there is any difference between them, and let's increase this to a higher value. So you can see it's subtle, but it's there. Okay. And finally, we can plug this into the normal, and we can see it right now. Okay. But it is too big right now. We need to dial in the scaling. You can see it, but it is too soft. I don't know if YouTube compression will allow you to see that better or not. So let's decrease this to 2.5, and here like 2 maybe. Yeah, and you can increase the roughness here to add some varieties, and that already looks good, so we can see it. Okay, if you increase the roughness or decrease it, it adds something, but you can't see it. So yeah, it adds. And also here the scaling adds, you can add texture if you want, but like detail of 2 is already looking good. Okay, so let's preview that. Okay, we need some colors here to put. So for the colors, I'm going to use actually the same setup to drive the color with the distance. Okay, so let's use a color ramp. Oh my, color ramp, please. And for the colors, I already have some colors. I'm just going to search for them. If here, maybe in this notepad. Yep, I have this color. So for the black value, I'm going to use this hex value 646955. And for the brightest one, I'm going to use this color. Let me just copy it. Okay, and this is its hex value 828F6F. Okay. Oh my days. And let's plug it straight into the base color and see. And you already see the effect that we have created with the normal. Yeah, it's pretty good. You can add some details if you want. You can see it's adding a little bit. So yeah, you can do whatever you want. You can scale it up, scale it down, add details, roughness, whatever. You can even play with this value so it's intense or less intense, you know. Basically that's what it's doing. And this one, you remember, you was seeing nothing, but it's adding something. Okay, under the hood it's adding something. And I want to add more imperfections, like when you scrub or erase that chalk from the board, you have some leftovers, some dirtiness, something white, you know. Like, I'm going to show you. I'm just going to use this noise texture setup that we have created, and let's add to it a color ramp and plug the factor into the factor, and let's preview this. It's already looking good. I'm just going to make it contrasty a little bit, maybe like this, and also like this, brighter. Okay, that's perfect. And maybe, yeah, like this. We can add some details to it. We can add roughness even, so it's more like detailed. Okay, pretty good. And if you want it to be smaller enough, you can just do it like so, and you can scale it up. Okay, so you have just a tiny bit. You can do B-spline. Let's see if B-spline will do the job. Maybe add another stop, make it black. And yeah, something like this. That looks good actually. And I'm just going to add it to this color. So I'm just going to use a mix color, okay, and set that to add, because I want to add this value. Basically, add works with lighter values, so it's just going to show this white value. The darkest ones won't be shown. So let's see that. Oh, first we need to plug the result. Oh yeah, result of this principle into the surface so you can see. And we need to obviously change this factor because it will be dark. It's dark. We can increase it like this so you can see it. It is what it is. You can see from the original, and you can add how much you want. Okay, so basically it's like a opacity value for this noise that we have created. Yeah, something like this. This is the effect that I want. Later on, when we are going to add compositing and like effects and stuff, it will look super good, super clean. Now what I'm going to do is to add the masks to create that effect that we have writings in the board. So to do so, I'm just going to import the other mask that we have created. I'm just going to see which one is to import. Yeah, basically this one. Let's import it. And I'm going to duplicate this principal PSDF because it has this normal. I want to add some depth to this texture, and let's add a mix shader node just to mix between these two shaders, okay, and use this as a factor and also as a normal. But wait, there is a catch right here. We can't use this straight away. We need to add a bump node. This will convert this color data into some normal kind of data. So let's use height, okay, and by default the strength 1 and distance 1 is good, it's pretty good. And a quick tip for you guys, if you want to make the effect not too much, don't play with the strength, because the strength is like an opacity value. It will do nothing basically. So use the distance, because the distance tells how much deep it is or how much thick it is, you know, like this is the correct value to change the distance. Don't change the strength. And basically that looks good. You can see it's pixelated because we only have a 1K resolution. So yeah, but later on when we are going to add Kawahara node, it will be looking painterly. So pretty good. But right now we have something wrong. It's all over the place. So we need to clip it. So instead of repeat, we are going to use clip. Perfectly. Now we want to move it or scale it or whatever. So we are just going to select this image, Control T. This is part of Node Wrangler add-on. So if you don't have it, just go to the edit, preferences, and enable preferences. Yeah, enable the Node Wrangler add-on. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, just go to the add-ons tab and search for Node Wrangler. I believe you don't see it because I'm just having a window screen recording. Anyways, now we can just move this texture with these location values. So basically I already have some correct-ish values for them. So for this one we are going to use this value. Oh my days, I believe it's too much. We are going to modify later on, but yeah, that looks good actually. Yeah, because I don't want it to show the other part. Yeah, I got it. So yeah, that's a good value for it. I'm just going to duplicate this, Shift D, duplicate the mix shader, and duplicate this setup also. Connect this back, and connect this again to the factor. And I want just to change the values, so it's going to go to the other side of the screen. Just wait for Blender to load. This sets to 0 and this to another value, yeah, like this, so it's not overlapping. Yeah, basically this is how it's going to look. It's looking pretty. Maybe this one I want it to go down more, so yeah, so we are filling in. Yeah, okay, now with the main part we need the main animation, so Shift D this, Shift D this and connect that into here. And we need the same thing, and we are going to open up the files and search for the animation. I already exported that animation that we have created with After Effects. We are going to use only one character animation, because if I want to do all the characters, that will take a lot of time. Okay, so I just want to show you the basic idea of how to do that. Very good. And it is imported, and make sure to use auto refresh, so it is going to refresh each time if they have some problems. And for the start frame, make sure it is frame 1 or 0. Okay, if you want it to start from 1 or 0, so you don't have that blinkiness in the start. So yeah, I thought I showed you the problem. Maybe I'm going to show you again. Anyways, let's use this as a factor and also as a height. Very good. Let's see it. Oh yeah, here is it. And I'm going to use this value to bring it to the center. Okay, it's looking amazing, and it's sharp. Okay, that looks good. If I enable the compositor, it will look more good. Okay, maybe we are going to okay, pretty nice. Now we're done basically with the shader. Nothing more to do. We are just going to do some modifications. Okay, in my version, this dirtiness or kind of part, I did it just a tiny, so it's not very visible. So it was like this, but for you guys, just make it visible a little bit. So I want this texture. Yeah, that's good. And now let's select the hand, and let's add to it a new material, call it hand. Okay, and we are just going to add basic cell shader. Okay, and sometimes when you don't see the nodes, just go to the view and frame all, and that will bring all the nodes. And delete this principal PSDF. We are just going to use a diffuse, shader to RGB, and a color ramp. So this is the basics of how to do so. Let's connect that to that, connect the color instead of the alpha. I don't know what's wrong with the node wrangler. It keeps connecting the alpha instead of the color. But anyways, it is working right now. Just make sure this is sets to constant, and yeah, pretty good. Just use some colors. I'm just going to copy some colors that I already have. So for the darkest value, I'm going to use this color. This is the hex value for it. 3 5s, 0 4 5. And for the other one, this is the hex value, D2 C3 AC. Yeah, I need an AC because it's too hot right now. Guys, we have a serious problem, which is the outlines. Okay, I thought I can use the freestyle here under the render properties. Okay, but this freestyle, okay, where is it? Yeah, this freestyle is unusable. My PC like can't handle a single frame, a single frame. Like basically can't render it. It just keep forever saying it's loading the freestyle, but it never showed that freestyle. And just I gave up on the freestyle, and then it came to me, yeah, I'm just going to use grease pencil. It worked in the viewport, but in the render also it's too slow. But this time it shows, but it is too slow. I don't know, it's my PC problem, my CPU problem. I only hate AMD because their CPUs are just too cheap, just for these average ones, not the highest ones. Yeah, I'm not complaining. It is what it is. I'm just going to change it. With your support, guys, when you support me on Patreon or via PayPal, or just buying something from Blender Market or Super Hive, yeah, let's say Super Hive or Gumroad or something, you help me to save for buying some new machines, like a new PC. Yeah, that's it. Anyways, so the solution is to cheat a little bit and add Fresnel in the shader, and also cheat again and use compositor to create a perfect-ish outlines, not highlights, outlines. I will show you that in the end of the video. It's super cool. I already showed these techniques in this video. When you're done with this video, just go and watch it. It's full of details and informations. Okay, so let's use a Fresnel node. So let's add Fresnel. You can use layer weight, basically. It has that Fresnel option also, but I'm just going to use a single one because it's free of optimization, whatever you can call it. Anyways, and I'm just going to add it or multiply it, basically. We are just going to use mix color. Where is mix color? Yeah. And I'm just going to add multiply and multiply this with that. And basically turn this into constant and just flip the values. That's how you can get free outlines. Yep, the multiply should be at 1. And look at that. You can see it's already looking good. It's already looking good. It just needs that little touch. Basically, you need to do the same thing, the same setup for this one. Let's add to it a new material, call it chalk. Delete this, Control V, connect this. But for the colors, we need another set of colors. I already have them. So this is the color 727163, and for the brightest one, this is the value E0 E1 CE. Okay, that's it. And basically that's working already. I need just to modify this a little bit. And in here, you can see it's too soft. I want to distort its normals. So I'm going to use a node that I've never used, just maybe once or twice, this node. This is super cool. It destroys your normals, but in a good way. You can rotate your normals, basically. You can rotate them in any place that you want. So basically, I want maybe like this. Maybe you are going to see that in the render viewport because right now yeah, you can see it's already working. I want this kind of effect. Yeah, I want this effect, and I'm just going to add texture coordinate, and I'm going to separate XYZ from this object coordinate, and I want the Z here. Let's add a color ramp so we can see better. Maybe the Y, not the Z, because it's flipped. Anyways, and I'm going to flip the color ramp also. And let's make sure it is constant. Yep, like this. And let's use this as a mix factor for mixing this color or this result with this color because I want to match it. And use this as a factor. Let's see now. It's doing the inverse maybe. Control C, Control V. Yeah, it is working right now. So we have this. I want this effect. It is in my reference image. Yeah, that looks good. Maybe this strength for this texture, I want to make it small a little bit. I'm going to do that later on. But anyways, we have that result. And we want, actually, I want that Fresnel to go after just to see. Yeah, it already added this little outline. I can make it bigger if I want, but let's make it just as small as this. Okay, it's already looking good. Now let's select the board again. And I want to control all of these with a single value node. Control all of these distances with a single value. Let's add. Okay, so it's already set to 0, so I need just to increase it just like 0.1. Yeah, that looks good. That looks absolutely good. When we are going to add compositing effects, it will look amazing. Don't worry, it looks flat right now, but we are going to improve it. And make sure to save your file because you might lost it. So just save it. So basically right now, what we are going to do, let's enable the overlays again. And now guys, we are going to move on to animating. Okay, we are going to animate the hand. So what I want you to do guys is to set the interpolation mode for the keyframes to constant just for troubleshooting. By the way, you can hold T just to enable this menu and choose constant. Okay, anyways, this is just for troubleshooting to see how things are going to work. Okay, and later on we are going to change it back to Bezier or linear. Okay, now what I want you to do is to track where is the animation will start. So let's go to the frame 2. Okay, frame 2, we already see a pixel right here. So I'm just going to move the hand rig to this point. Okay, we already know that the animation or the character start from there. So I'm just going to select the armature. Okay, make sure you are selecting the armature in object mode. Okay, and I'm just going to move it on the z-axis a little bit and then on the x-axis. Okay, maybe moving it further and down a little bit. Okay, like this. So now I already know that the animation start from here. So let's go back to frame 1, press I to add a keyframe. Okay, sometimes if you don't see the keyframes, just go to the view and enable channels. Okay, make sure to enable them. Now let's go to here and see. We already have a problem. Okay, let's hide this thing. We already have a problem. The animation start from here and go to like it has like a curve. So we need to put another keyframe right here. So let's go back and see where it is. Okay, it's in frame number 4. So let's enable this thing. Let's go here and let's move this down and move it on the x-axis. We can see nothing basically, but it is what it is. So it is in the place kind of. Let's move it down, move it on the x. Okay, doesn't need to be perfect, just hide it so in the camera view it looks perfect. Okay, something like this, maybe animate it in the camera view. Okay, that looks good to me, believable. So let's press I again, and now let's move on maybe to where the frame will end. Okay, so basically the animation ends at frame 24. Okay, or maybe 25. Yeah, 25. Let's say 25. And let's press M to add a marker right here because I might miss it. And G, Z, and move it down. And let's see if that looks perfect to me. Maybe move it a little bit to the x-axis and a little bit down to the z-axis, and then press I. Now let's start again and see how the animation looks. Oh, I missed something. A, T, constant. Okay, that looks good. Okay, snaps. Yeah, that's good. So that's really good. Okay, let's see from the camera angle. So it starts from here, then here. Okay, it's curving a little bit. Okay, you can see. Yep, good. And it's snapping. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. And now let's see where the second line will start. It is starting basically at frame 52 or maybe 51. So let's add a marker right here. By the way, you can click M to add markers. I guess I said that, but yeah, anyways. And in between, I want the hand to move back. Okay, so maybe in frame 30, I want the hand to move back in the y-axis, maybe moving it up a little bit. Okay, what? Okay, moving a little bit on the z-axis, so it's just slightly moving, and add a keyframe by pressing I. Okay, and let's go to maybe, let's say this frame, maybe frame 50. Let's go frame 50, and let's move the hand G, Y. Make sure it just touches the board a little bit, and I'm so sorry if you hear any noising. Things are happening. Let's move it a little bit on the x-axis. Oh, and I missed something. Move it on the x-axis. Move it up like this. Let's press I for now. Okay, so let's go to frame 51, and let's bring this keyframe right here, just to make sure the placement is correct for me. Move it down again. Okay, that's good. And now let's see where it ends. Oh, I haven't assigned the new keyframe. So press I again to assign it. Okay, that's good. Just moving from here to here. Okay, this is perfect. And also it has a curve. So we need to see where the curve ends. So it's basically ending at frame 57. So let's go to the front view and just move it by clicking Shift Y. So it's not moving to the Y, it's just locking out to Z and X, and just to here. Just eyeball it. Maybe more towards the X, like so. and press I. And now let's just move on and see it ends at frame 72. Just go again to front view and just eyeballing it, maybe like this. I again. Yeah, eyeballing things is not the perfect thing to do, but yeah, it works. Press I again to assign this new keyframe, and let's see. So this start from here, goes to there, and then snap back to there, snap down, yeah, into position, and it start. Okay, so we have that works perfectly. Okay, now we want to see, we can hide this chalk if we want to see perfect. Let's see where this other one start. So it starts at frame 92. So basically I'm just going to add a marker by pressing M so I can see. So I want this at this frame, I want it to go back. Okay, press M, press I, not M, to assign a new keyframe. And in this frame, I want it to go, maybe let's move this keyframe right here and then move this one. Okay, like, and move it on the X and I. Okay, yeah, in between I want to add like a subtle motion, like it's moving. Yeah, just like this, randomly move it. So it is ending like this, going outward, random location, and going to the location where the third line will start. And the third line basically starts from here. So I'm just going to add another keyframe like this, and just going to go, it is straight line. So yeah, it ends at, okay, let's see, zoom in. So 115. Okay, let's add a marker so I know where the animation ends. And let's go to the front view and just eyeballing it again. Maybe can we do, where is it? Where is that? No, I want X-ray. I can't see X-ray. Oh no, there is no X-ray for the rendered viewport. Anyways, let's just move it randomly like this, maybe like this. Okay, GX. It was almost perfect. So yeah, that looks good. Let's move it above a little bit and press I. And this keyframe is the I don't know where it came from. Anyways, that's good. So let's go back and see how this thing works. So this thing goes down. Okay, it snaps from here to here. Perfect. Go back, random location, snaps to the place where I want. This is basically the same keyframe, so don't worry about them. And the motion starts from here and ends right there. Okay, perfect. Now let's see where the other one, which is the hardest one, it starts at frame, okay, 138. Okay, let's add a new marker. And in between, so this one ends like this, and 120, I want the hand to move like this, like a random location. Let's do a random location, maybe like so, and press I. So this is snapping from here to here, which is a random location. We can see that from the camera view. So it's a random location basically. And I want it to go to snap to there, to the place I want. Okay, let's go to this frame and let's go to the front view by pressing numpad 1 and just moving it by pressing G. Okay, that's perfect. And then G, and let's do Z, so it's moving maybe a little bit like this down. And press I, and this keyframe, I'm just going to move it slightly like this, and back also to this frame number 138. I just want to move this like that. Okay, so it's already snapping. Also a little bit. GZ, GX. Okay, perfect. And I'm going to add a keyframe by pressing I. So let's go back and see how this thing works. So it snaps from here to there, and then random location, again another random location, and then finally it snaps to the place. Okay, and let's see where the animation, and basically this animation also has some curves in it. So basically we are going to add a point right here. Okay, remember, we are going to add a point right here, and we are going to add another keyframe, maybe one here and one here, to make it smooth enough, and finally one keyframe right there. Okay, that's perfect. Let's delete these. Okay, let's delete that. Oh, what these keyframes are doing, I don't know. Oh, I believe it was the, oh yeah, it is just the annotations. So basically in here I want to move the hand. So let's go to the prompt view again, just eyeballing it, press G and move. That's it, that's the rules. Okay, and basically just move it through the board a little bit so it's clipping. Okay, move it toward it like this on the x-axis and press I. Okay, and then let's see, let's hide the chalk again so we can see where the curve. So I'm just going to add an extra, yeah, I'm going to add an extra frame right there. So let's add a marker and let's snap this. So front view again, G, so we can see where the things are go like this. Yeah, perfect. Now align it perfectly. Sorry, Z, GX. Okay, perfect. Yeah, perfect. Let's add a keyframe by pressing I again. Let's hide this. Basically in this frame I want to add something, so let's add another marker. So if we lost it, maybe these markers, I'm just adding them for the security. Sometimes I forgot where the things are, so yeah, just adding them for the security. Let's go back to the front view, make sure to select the armature, G again, and let's move it to there. Yeah, to this. Perfect. Just move it maybe like so. Okay, that's believable. Maybe just like this. Press I and let's move on. Yeah, that's perfect. Let's move on where it ends. Yeah, it ends at 161. Okay, let's G and then like this. Perfect. G, X, and just hold shift so you can move precisely, and like this, and I again. So perfect. Now we're done with the basic blockout. So this is called blockout. So sorry, we are blocking out the animation. So this is not the final result by any means. Yeah, there is so much things to do. We are just moving the armature. We haven't animated the armature itself. Like, we haven't animated the fingers, how things are going to look. So we need to add, like, when you click in, when you are clicking to the, I don't know, the pressure that you apply to the chalk or the pen or something, where your finger is flexing and compressing in the same time, we need to add these motions. So basically to seal the effect a little bit. Yeah, so it's not like flat. I'm going to show you an example of a flat version. This was the first blockout I did, and it was so flat. Okay, and we are going to see in the end the smoothest version of it. So basically let's rewind and see. Okay, so we are just going to go to the camera view. So we are going to debug if there is. Okay, I can see already there is some weird things. Yeah, I'm just going to move the armature a little bit so it's hiding this part, and press I again. Yeah, these things happens from the camera view because we were animating in the 3D viewport. Yep, this perfect. Yeah, no worries. Random location, perfect. Okay, at this point it snaps and it starts. So snapping, starting. Yeah, perfect. Snapping. Okay, this is a random location. Another random location. Snapping to the place. Already playing. Okay, finally random location. Another random location. It's snapping to the place where I wanted, and it's snapping before. Okay, this is a problem. This is a problem. I want it to snap before the animation starts. So basically 1 frame before. And in here, you can see the shock, or what they call it, is not hiding this part. So we need to hide it. So let's move it on the x-axis so it's hiding it. And then press I again. And just for debugging, I'm just going to move. And then it starts. So basically it snaps, then snaps to place, then snap to the end. Just sudden motion right there. Why it's taking... Okay, I'm just going to hide it for now. I want to see what's happening right here. Okay, that's curve, that's a curve, yeah, that's a tight curve, yeah. Perfect, perfect, yeah, it's working. Let's see if it snaps right there. Yeah, it's in place. Just missing it a little bit. Just hide this. Or maybe I want to leave a tiny. Perfect. So the animation ends in here. That's basically 165. So let's do 165 for the end. I want to leave some blank frames just for security. Perfect. Now we need to add motion to the hand, to the fingers. So I'm just going to show you an example of what I mean in here. So we have that thing that I don't know what it's called. We have the finger. So basically this is the finger. Okay. Sometimes this finger flexes like this. Sometimes it's compressing like this. So it is compressing on this freaking thing. Okay. So we need to create that motion between compression and flexing like this. Okay, this is, yeah, like this. So I want to transition from this state to this state. Okay, we want to create that motion. And also for this big finger, we want sometimes to rotate it. Sometimes it's also going to create like a pressure. And for these other fingers, we want to add like a slight motion, like they are hanging, like something like they are moving, like sudden motion. These also sudden motion. These not too much of a motion, but I'm going to mainly focus on this part and this part. We want to add that motion for them. So basically, let's start from frame 1. Good. I want the hand to move like this. That's perfect. But in here, okay, what I did, yeah, there is some frames for the annotations. So this is for the annotations. I'm just going to click Ctrl Z just to remove these annotations. They're creating some unnecessary keyframes. Okay, perfect though. Now I want to see where yeah, so the animation starts from here. I want, yeah. Let's expand this. Let's expand it to -10 frames. Oh, why it's not creating? Huh? Okay. I don't know why it's not going down toward the negative values or negative frames. But I have a trick in my pocket. Yeah. I don't know. I have a trick to do. Instead of going back, I'm just going to move these by a constant frames. So remember, we are starting the animation at frame 1. Let's leave a place about 10 frames. So let's move this like 10 frames. So yeah, 10 frames. Remember, let's go select the texture, go to shader editor, and for the animation, I want it to start at frame. What frame to start? I want to start at frame 10. Perfect. Let's go and let's see if the trick works. If it's not, then we're cooked, basically. Let's select that and see. Yeah, it's working. I can't believe this. It is working. Yeah, I knew it's gonna work, but I wasn't believing it myself. Yeah, so why I'm adding this empty area? Because I don't want the animation to start. Yeah, I'm just adding the hand, and yeah, I want the hand to go outside. We want to go back to the original state. So let's move it in a random place, like it's starting from down here. Yeah, like if it started from here and trying to go to reach to the top. So let's add a frame. So let's snap it to frame 1 and snapping to here. If I added a linear motion from this, so T linear, so it's just moving from here toward here and then like this. Remember, if you select these and add to them like an interpolation, the other ones won't be affected. So you need to select everything and then affect them with the interpolation mode. That's perfect. That's what I want to create. So from here to here, I want the finger to flex. So I want it to flex here. At this point, I want it to be flexing. And in this point, I want it to be compressed like this. I want it in this state. So let's go to pose mode by clicking Control and Tab, or you can just go here while selecting the armature and go to the pose mode. Okay, perfecto. I want to select this because this bone is controlling the other stuff, okay, the other bones. So I want to create a keyframe specifically for this bone, and in here I want this bone to flex like this and add a keyframe. Let's go like this. Okay, it's already working. You can see it's already working, but the other bones needs also to flex. So let's flex these like so. Perfecto. Add another keyframe. But we've missed something. We've missed something. We need to go back in this state because I already have that compression. Let's add I and let's go back to this frame. I need to jump in. Okay, this rotate, just click R so we are rotating. Basically, these bones already have some locked axes, so you can just randomly rotate. Okay, so yeah, that's good. And I to add another keyframe. So let's see now the motion. So it's moving. Basically, the keyframes for the armature is in linear, so they are not stepped or constant. So basically, we have some linear motion plus constant motion. So you can see it's flexing. We are creating that flex. You can see it's already. I'm just a newbie in animation, but that looks super amazing. Okay, so we already have that motion. Perfecto. And now from here, I want this other bone for this other finger to also rotate a little bit, like rotating a little bit. So it was kind of loose in the start, but at the end, I wanted to do so. So let's add a keyframe for this bone, this specific bone. Let's go to this frame, and I want it to be loose a little bit, like it's not fully, forcing. So let's add a new keyframe. And from here to here, so it's already doing something. Okay, perfect. And from this keyframe till this keyframe, I want some of the other bones to move, like these little bones or little fingers. I want them to swing a little bit. Oh no, okay. So in this keyframe, I want all of these. This one controlling this one, so I want this and this also to have keyframe at this state. And in this frame, I want this to move a little bit and this one to maybe move a little bit. So it's doing like this. Add a new keyframe. Let's see how it's going to do. Yeah, that's good. Let's do the same for the other ones. So select that, add I, go to here and select that, add a frame and R and rotate this one. Oh, rotate more. Let's add I. So let's see. It was clipping to that thing, but from the camera view, you don't see it much. So yeah. But anyways, there is some motion in it. So you can already see how things are doing. Okay, perfect. Now, let's see how to do this one. I want less motion. Maybe this one was aggressive a little bit. Maybe this one was really aggressive. I'm just going to do that. Perfect. Let's go to the big one. The big one, I want just to, just move this one. Let's just move this one, yeah. Let's add a keyframe go to this frame and just move it like this. Add a new keyframe. So just a subtle motion, so it's not too much. We are going to fine tune these keyframes later on. Okay, that's perfect. And from here to here. Okay, I want this to kinda just lose its compression just slowly. So let's go back to the camera view and see how to do so. So basically, I want to add a new keyframe right here. Add a new keyframe for this one right here. Because if I didn't add a keyframe right here, the animation for the simple lose, we start from the frame number 10 till this frame. So I wanted to start only from this to this part. Okay, so it's losing just a little bit. I hope you understand what I mean. So basically, I'm just going to lose this like this and lose this like this. So it's just a tiny bit. I select that I. So let's see now. So it's just losing. I know it's just still not matching because we have constant interpolation mode for the whole rig and linear interpolation mode for the fingers. Okay, that looks good. From here to here, I want it to lose its tension. Okay, so let's lose it more. Let's move in this back, select this and do so. So I and back to this frame, I want to animate this one. Let's add I, and let's add I for the other bone. So we can actually rotate on a specific axis like Z axis. So we are just moving like this, but that will create like weird thing. You can see we can use other axes. Yeah, we can use this axis. Yeah, that's perfect. Let's use this axis. Let's go here and I want to rotate on the x-axis and rotate again on a specific point like this and add I. For this one, rotate on the Z. So it's just, can we, yeah, you can't rotate this. Yeah, you can't in our world. You can, oh, what? Oh, wait, what is that? Yeah, just doing like this. Okay, perfect. Let's see now. I want to see this motion because, yep, that's perfect. That looks perfect, guys. Almost perfect. Just doing like this, add a new keyframe. Yeah, that looks perfect. Okay, when we are going to smooth out the keyframes, that will look amazing. Okay, that's for the first part. We have more keyframes. That's why I told you guys we are just going to do a single character. If I would to do all of these, that would take ages, okay? Just to animate. And from here to here, we are going to add the same compression. We are just going to transform these things. And we are going to add subtle motion to the other fingers, okay? So basically, add rotation, okay, like this. Maybe this is too aggressive, but let's add I, okay? So it's, yep, perfecto. And from here, I want to rotate this one and then rotate this one back to this, maybe like so. Yep, I, and then I for this one, and a subtle animation for these other fingers. Maybe at this point I want them to be static. Let's add a keyframe, and a single keyframe for this one. And in here I want to rotate this a little bit, and yeah, this above, yep, something like this. Add a keyframe, add a keyframe, add a keyframe, add a keyframe, and finally for this one, I'm just going to move it up a little bit, add a keyframe. So these are just moving slightly, just for a random thing. Okay, yup, yeah, that looks good. That looks perfect. And in this frame, I want it to lose a little bit, okay? Let's rotate. and rotate again. So it's losing just a tiny. And let's go to this. Oh, I haven't added a keyframe for this one. Okay, so let's add key. So it's just losing a little bit. In here, I want it to lose more. So let's lose more. Add a keyframe, and I want to animate the other big finger. So it's just rotating, maybe at a specific thing, like maybe the X, maybe. Let's add a keyframe for security, add a new keyframe. So you already can see just sudden movement, but it adds a lot of realism. Yep, that looks perfect. Let's add a keyframe for this one. Yeah, it already have a keyframe. In here, I want this to lose again. Yeah, that's the rules. Lose again, maybe lose, but in a new way, a new fashion way. Okay, let's add. Oh, sorry. I did a mistake. Okay, let's go back to this frame. I'm going to add a keyframe for this bone. Make sure this bone already have a keyframe. Okay, perfecto. And in here, I want to rotate. Okay, so that's new to me, but yeah, just a little. Hold shift so you are moving precisely. Yeah, that looks good. Let's see if yeah, from the camera view, that looks a bit off, but yeah, that looks good now. And in here I want to loosen up this one. So let's go back to this frame, add a keyframe for this and keyframe for this. And in here I want just to loosen it up a little bit, tiny bit. Teacher for this one also Let's go back here. Select one of these, which is this one. Let's add a keyframe for it. In here, I want to rotate a little bit like this. Yeah, I want it to go up instead. You can use your hand as a reference when you are just drawing or doing. Rotate it up like this. Yeah, maybe more up. Okay, so yeah, that looks good. And in here, I wanted to snap back. So snapping back, let's add a security keyframe here because I forgot if I added. And let's go here and let's compress this. Perfect. Add a keyframe, select that, add a keyframe, and let's rotate this again. Rotate this and add a keyframe, Perfecto. Let's see now. Perfect. And it's going to compress throughout this part. I want a sudden movement for this one, and let's select that one. And in here, I want to rotate this, add keyframe. Let's just make sure that I have added a keyframe for this one and also this one. And in here, I want to add sudden motion. Not subtle, but yeah, something like this. Add the keyframe. Oh, select this, add a keyframe. Okay. And back in here, back in 101, I want subtle compression. Okay, maybe more compression like this. Let's add a keyframe, Okay, that's perfect. So it's okay, that's perfect. Let's add security keyframe, another keyframe, maybe here another keyframe. And in here, I want to lose this a little. Oh God. Align it, hold shift so you are aligning. Add a keyframe. And in here, I want to rotate this. Add a keyframe. Rotate this up a little bit. Keyframe. Rotate this up a little bit. Add another keyframe. Okay. And finally, we are in the final stages. And in here, sorry if you hear any noises. It's windy. It is insane. I don't have like a special microphone to noise cancellation whatsoever. Anyways, do we have any motion from here to here? Not necessarily. maybe just tiny bit of motion, maybe motion for this finger. So let's go back to this frame. Let's add a keyframe here, and in here I want maybe like a single rotation, add a keyframe, and in here I want compression again. So we need compression, like a small amount of compression. And finally, right here, I want more compression because this is too hard to write. So it's going to take a lot of your energy while doing it. I'm already tired by just animating. That's it. Go back here. I want subtle wiggly things for these little things. Okay? Go back right here. Add wiggly things like a random add eye, perfect. For this one, yeah, we need some precise, like this, like so. Control Z. Make sure you are adding security keyframes. So I want some subtle, like this tip of the finger. I want it to move like, like it's already shaping it. Let's add eye, and let's add some wiggly for these also. Maybe we don't need, maybe just for this last one. Yeah, just a subtle. Oh, now select this eye, add eye, select that. We are going to lose a little bit, so R, a little bit, we are losing it. And in here finally, we're loose. Okay. Add a new keyframe, add a new keyframe, add a new keyframe, new keyframe, new keyframe, new keyframe, new keyframe, new keyframe. Extend this thing. Let's go back to object mode. Let's move this thing back and down, add a new keyframe, and go back to pose mode. Loosen up these. R, select this, R, lose this, maybe lose it more. Yeah, that looks good. I lose this, so it's losing more. I select this, rotate, maybe like this, flex it, and also rotate. That looks good. Maybe these, I forgot about that, it is already in there. Okay, perfecto. Let's rewind where we have end animation 175. That's perfect number. Yeah, I did that on one go. Maybe it needs more refining, needs more, attention. I know, but this is the technique I've used. It took me a while to understand that I need to add motion for the fingers, some compression, some like you need to make it like flexing, I guess. Yeah, you need that flex and also that compression. You need to add that to the realism, kinda, for the animation, not for the scene. I want it to be anime style, but the animation itself, I want it to be kind of realistic, okay, but still I want it to be kind of, you know what I mean. It's hard to describe. Now let's select this. Let's go back to object mode, A to select everything, T, and linear interpolation mode. Okay, this is just linear. We haven't done anything yet because we want to smooth or fasten up some keyframes. Maybe, I don't know. So let's start. Let's play animation. It's starting like this. Oh, we have a problem. We have a problem, So we haven't think of this. In this frame, we have a problem. From this keyframe to this keyframe, we have a problem. So we have a problem. Let's go back to pose mode. Fix this. Yeah, we still have this. So let's add new keyframes for these. So in here, I want to move this up. Okay, yeah, that looks good. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. And from here, I want, yeah, we need to add in between keyframes. Rotate this back again. Add in between keyframes. Yeah, just for this specific finger. Yep, add a keyframe right here. And in here, we are going to, yeah, let's go back. Add a keyframe for this. Go here, rotate that. Let's rotate more. I add a keyframe. In here also, we need to add a new keyframe for this one. So let's rotate it and do I. Okay. So you need to keep attention to these, okay? Because sometimes it does weird stuff. I knew it will happen because we have the constant interpolation mode, so we don't know how the whole hand will move, you know. So basically, and it is intersecting. Let's see if it's intersecting. Yeah, it is intersecting a little bit, just like this. Add an eye here. Yeah, just a sing. Oh my god, this movement, I like it. So you can see how the bone is moving. Perfecto. And in here we have a big problem, maybe. No, that's almost perfect. That is almost perfecto. I need just to do our add. So it was intersecting, still intersecting. What's happening? Yeah, add a keyframe for security. You see, these security keyframes help you, because without them, I could have like multiple problems. In here, it's loose. Let's rotate this. Let's make it touch a little bit high. Okay, perfect. Yeah, it's perfect. Let's say. Ooh, I have a, yeah, it's not weird, but yeah, it's good. Yep. Yep, I have a problem right here. I have a problem. Basically, I have a problem at this point. I don't want it to lose a lot because that's unrealistic by, yeah, we are already creating something. In this keyframe or in this frame, I want to, now let's troubleshoot and see if things now is working fine, or do we have any problems? Let's see. Let's start from frame 0. Let's go back to frame 0. Yeah, I don't know where it is. Yeah, frame 1 actually. Not. Let's hide overlays. C. Perfect. Yeah, this is annoying me. Yeah, this is too strong. You can see it's flexing from this position to that. That's a lot. That's a lot. I overdo it. Yeah. I overdid that thing. Just a tiny. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah. Again, that's too much. That's really too. What the heck is going on? What is happening? What is happening? What is happening? Yeah, I know. I told you guys. I told you these things happens. These things happens. It slides. It slides. I don't want it to slide right here. I don't want it to slide. So yeah, that's pretty realistic to me. Yeah, let's go back and see again how things are going to look. Let's start again. Oh my god. Maybe it was loose a lot. It was loose a lot. So let's add a keyframe. Shift D that keyframe. Just rotating this. You know, we need to fix some things. Okay. This is more a lot of a tutorial. This is some problems that we face, these problems. I thought I could. Yeah, we're fixing them. We're fixing them. What are you saying? Just another way to do. Let's go back. Yeah, we need to do some. So the first part is perfect, really perfect, because it's just a straight line. Whoa, what is doing? Crazy. Oh, what the heck? He was doing something. He's doing really something. At the keyframe. What the heck is doing? Rotate. I. Ooh, it's sliding. You can see the sliding effect from here to here. I don't want it. So let's add a keyframe line here. So it's not sliding a lot, okay? So I don't want it to slide. In here also, I don't want it to slide that much. Make sure. Also here. Also right here. Maybe rotate this bone. Yeah, now it's fixed. Now we have fixed that with more keyframes. Perfect. Perfect. Let's rewind again. Frame 1. Normal playback. Perfect. Sliding. Sliding. Sliding from here to here. You can see that sliding effect. I don't know if you can see it, but it is sliding down. Okay, I don't want it to slide down. So rotate this bone, rotate this bone. I add an eye here. So it's not sliding. And also here, I wanted to just fill up this place. Why it's moving? I believe, yeah. Just add a new keyframe and fix it. Yeah, that will do the job. Yeah, in here we have a problem. It's sliding up. I don't know if you can see that, but this little attention to these little details matters a lot to me. So I need to do perfect animation. Okay, perfect. Let's sliding, still sliding, still sliding. You can see it's still sliding. I need a way to fix this. You can see it's sliding right here. Move it above a little bit. Add an eye. Add a new keyframe. That's perfect. Sliding. Why are you sliding? Tell me why. Why are you going? I don't know, but why you're doing that? Oh, I believe it was maybe there is a problem that I can see. Maybe it's the anti-aliasing or what they call it. Yeah, it showed me like something that is happening, but there is nothing. Yeah, it showed me like it is. Oh my days! I was just pranked by the anti-aliasing, what they call it. These things. It seems like it's sliding, but it's not sliding. What? That tricked me. So anyways, that's working. I just got tricked. It's not sliding that much. Yeah, it is most likely in here. Yep, I can see you. Let's rotate it. Yep, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Perfect. Again. Perfect. 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 Sliding a little bit. Perfect. Perfecto. Perfecto. It's sliding a little bit. It is sliding a little bit. But that's perfect. To me, at least. I know if an animator is watching, please forgive me. It is what it is. Perfect. Again. Perfect. 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 That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. We have sliding-ish things, but trust me, it is perfect. 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 That's good. Okay. Let's see, what do we need? Okay, save. We need to save. I haven't saved. Oh my days. I haven't saved. For the love of this anime style, please. Yeah. Now, there's a problem. This is too smooth for me. I want it to, like, if I was animating in twos, because right now, like, I'm animating in ones. I want to animate in twos. I want to convert this animation that is in ones to twos. How to do so? It is it's like I'm cheating, but it is what it is. I'm just going to select all the bones. Oh, sorry. Go to pose mode, select all the bones, and let's go to the graph editor. Select all the channels, Control A to select everything. And I'm just going to add a modifier, and let's add stepped interpolation and make sure it's set to 2. So we are doing 2s. And now it seems like we are animating in 2s. Perfect. Now, what we want to do is to color it a little bit. We need to add some compositing effects. So let's do that. Let's open the compositor, and in the render render properties, make sure you have these settings enabled. Simplify, I don't care about it. Grease pencil, Turn off freestyle, turn off color management. Make sure you are in standard, no look, no look, look, whatever. Anyways, and make sure here in the output properties that you have 100% for the resolution, and 24. Make sure 24, because we are going later on to render the animation. So make sure you have saved it to a place that you want. Okay, and yeah, voila, that's it. Don't use RGBA because we have no RGBA. Just use JPEG is good, but PNG handles more. I don't care about that. Let's go to the camera view and let's go to the passes. Make sure you have normal pass because we are going to add it to add the outlines. Okay, and we need cryptomat object. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, that's it. Let's render F12 because without rendering, these passes aren't available for us to use. So you need to render first and then add what things you want. And basically we want to remove, we want to remove the motion blur and render again. Just with the basic compositor, it looks good. Just with the basic compositor, we are not adding anything. So yeah, what we need to modify is we want to create that outline. So make sure just to go to the image editor and let's go to the final render. So render result, just so we can see that. And I'm going to use this true filter node to the image, and I'm going to use Sobel for the effect. Okay, and I'm going to map range it and just connect that result. It's looking like this by default, so we need just to dial it in a little bit, maybe 0.8. Okay, that already looks good. We can flip it, so it's 1 to 0, so we have black values. That looks good. Basically this is what it is. It is what it is. Maybe we need a new frame so we can see the hand stuff, but already we have the finger because we don't have it in this thing. Okay, so we have just a slight amount, not too much, so this will add. Okay, composite, so this will add. You can move these sliders, just play with them so you can see the result. You can see it, definitely you can see it. It is more permanent. Maybe this value, this value is driving this. Maybe 0.6. I want these little imperfections, I want them. That looks good. And just add it before everything else right here. So let's add max color, and I want to multiply this result, okay, with this. So let's multiply. We need to see how that looks. So that looks good. That looks absolutely good. We need just to modify the other settings. So for let's remove these ghosts. I don't want them. Let's just go with 1.8 maybe. For this, I don't want it to be too strong because right now it is too much. It is really strong. And of course we want to remove this. Control X, connect this through like this, and that looks much better. And why that is too much? It's too much. What is happening? Let's mute it for now. Oh, maybe this whole thing is too strong. Maybe this light is too. Let me see. 26 watts. There is something is happening, but I don't know what is it at this point. Let's mute this. Maybe it's not caused by this one. Oh, it's caused by this one. What? It's caused by this one. What is actually happening? Oh, I guess why. Because I haven't clamped these. This clamped. Is it gonna work? Yep, it's working. It's just about clamping them. Okay, let's clamp the result of this filter node. That's perfect. So this one is working perfectly. For the colors of this color balance, let's use more of a greenish tint. Use some, that looks perfect. And I want to add like, okay, you already see just a tiny bit of these things, and Hue saturation value, I want to add it after this, and we want to increase. Okay, it's up to you guys for the saturation if you want less. And obviously this annoying vignette, it's already wrong naming for it. Vignette, like the whole time. Let's put this at 0. These, let's increase them 0.3, 0.3. I want it to be sharp kinda. Yeah, that looks good. Let's increase this to maybe 0.02. It is in the edges. Yeah, you can see that looks good. It's setting the effect a little bit. Yeah, that looks amazing. Perfect. Okay, we're improving this. Noise. Yeah, let's leave some noise. And I want to create these black bars, so let's use a box mask. Box mask. And let's use a mix color node. I want to multiply this. It's going to fill up this area. Yeah, I knew it. So we need just basically to increase, like increase it to 0.4 and this one to 0.8 maybe. Let's see if it's going to maybe 1 or over 1 a little bit. Yeah, 1 is perfect. Maybe these needs to be more, maybe 0.6. So just small, a little bit, not too much. Oh, maybe 0.5. 0.5 is good. Is really that good. Basically, we can increase this just to make it saturated. It's up to you, after all. But that looks amazing. We have missed the Kawahara node. We need to add the Kawahara. So let's add Kawahara. And let's use Anthropic. It's by default in 4.5. It's already good for you guys. Maybe this this bump is too much again. Yeah, we are going to dial it in. Let's see how this will look like. It's too much. Value of 6 is too much. And it's already heavy because I'm recording. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, it is a lot. It is a lot. So 1.5 will be our magic value. It's a magical value. Sharpness all the way up. Remember, sharpness is needed. That brings up some sharpness. And in here I want to brighten up this part a little bit. So to do that, I'm just going to add an ellipse mask. Adding an ellipse mask before this. And let's add soft light. And let's use this. Maybe use this as a factor because we might, you know, like use some value for that. Okay, let's see how this is going to look. Let's make it taller and let's blur it. So let's use a blur node. I want fast Gaussian blur. Let's increase it, maybe more. Okay, so it is in the center. I'm just going to move it. Oh, that's too much. Just move it slightly. Let's see now how that is going to look like. Yep, I just need to move it like 0.2, increase its height and also its width just a little bit. And probably we need more. Oh, maybe width is too much. Too much, yeah, too much. Let's use 200 for this blur. It is gradually affecting this part, yeah. Maybe 0.15 for this. So it's going to move, shift a little bit. Yeah, it's shifting, yeah. And basically you can control this color. Maybe I want it to be like this. It will be like this. I know I don't want it to be like that. Yeah, that's that's definitely a lot. So let's go back to the RGB values and just not, oh my days, 1 1. Yep, like this. Completely white. Yep, that is perfect. That is perfect. That is perfect. Yeah. Oh, these imperfections make it 100% a lot better. Maybe I'm just going to go back here to the shader editor. I'm going to select the board. Let's go back here to the, let's see that live. I want to control this one. Let's bring it down. Yep, slightly like this. I want it to fill up more of this area because it's empty. Let's render this out and let's see now. Maybe I like this. It is overexposed right here. It is really, really overexposed. Let's open this again. Shader editor. Not shader editor. Image editor. And compositor. Turn off this. Let's make this gray. That will fix this. Yep, it's fixed. How easy it is. And just to make it intense a little bit, let's lower down this. And let's see now. Doesn't add what? That's a lot. I believe that's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot. Maybe 1. That's a lot. That's really, 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 really. Still 1.4. Yeah, it's a magical value again. Yeah, perfect. 1.4 is perfect. Yeah, that's all I want. Let's render from another view. Render from this view. So this is our own other active camera. This is really overexposed. Oh, look at that. Even it's overexposed. Oh my god, look at that. It looks amazing from the other angle. This one looks good. Looks good. Fingers, yeah, yeah, it's a woman. Good. And yeah, pretty amazing. Noise. With the noise, you know, like with the noise, and the Kawahara node created this really, really, really cool painterly looking thing. And it's amazing. With the fake outline, it is rendered in 11. Yeah, 12 seconds, let's say. It is really, really fast. This version is faster than my other version. Trust me, the other one is too much. It's really too much. Ah, you can see, guys. This is it. It's in, yeah, it's kind of 12 seconds. That's a lot. Basically now, you are ready. Let's go back to the timeline. Let's go back to the layout. We need to set up our camera animation. So let's go to the camera collection, select this camera. So let's assign a camera. So Control B to assign camera, Control B. Why it's not working, I don't know. Blender developers, fix this. Yeah, it is, I guess it's fixed in the newer versions. So let's add marker, bind the camera. It is Control B, but why it's not working, I don't know. I already have it to my quick favorites. So bind the camera and add this frame, maybe bind this camera. So it's going to go like, and in here I want to bind this camera. That's pretty cool. Look at that. Oh my god, I forgot to enable. Remember, these will be fixed in the compositor when it's rendered. So when it's rendered, these overexposed areas will be fixed. So yeah, we already fixed these. Okay, look at that. Look at that. With the combination of the outline in the final render, that will look amazing. Look at that. With the sound effects. So don't worry about the visuals. Worry about how sound is looking. Oh my god, it's looking good. Maybe it's slow a little bit, but trust me, that's a lot. That's a lot better than I thought. Yeah. Ooh, look at that. Oh my days. It's not real time. Yeah, it's not real time, definitely, but it looks good. It looks good. It looks really, 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 really good. Insanely good. Crazy good. Save this. Okay, it's saved. Okay, it's saved. I guess we're done for this tutorial. So you have all the knowledge that you want. Just leave a like and comment. Share this video with your friends. And if you want to support this channel, you can support me over on my Patreon. Just join and you will get full access for videos, projects, even tools that I'm creating, add-ons, and especially I'm developing new stuff, like a whole asset pack that will blow up the community of the NPR. It's amazing. I will do my best to look at the greatest point. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching, and see you again soon with another video. So salam khair.